Yeah, I grew up in Colchester, just outside of Burlington. I got a dual degree in biology and secondary ed. So yeah, I was able to teach 7th through 12th grade. I taught all different grades in middle school, but most of the time taught the 8th grade level. But when I started to get into home brewing and we were considering moving back to Vermont, and I was thinking about just making a change, I looked into schools, and there's not a whole lot of brewing schools out there. There's like one in Chicago, one in California, then there just happens to be one up here in Vermont. What was neat about it and what worked really well for me was that every 6 or 8 years or so, they have to redo the material just to make it more relevant. And so they actually invite a class of students to their campus in Middlebury. And it's an 8-week intensive. He actually has a small nano brewery called Drop-In Brewing. And so the students that take part in the program we actually had all of our classes there on campus. And they flew out brewmasters and people within the brewing industry from all over the country to teach different topics. And then you also had an opportunity to brew on the system there and get hands-on. Originally I went for thinking I would get into physical therapy. And back then they didn't have a degree like that there. You would kind of just study pre-med. But I also played softball, so.
You played softball at St. Mike's?
Yeah. Yeah, Purple Knights. Second.
You played second?
Middle infield. Yeah, I played a lot of different positions growing up. High school I played mostly shortstop, but I like to throw from second a lot better. It's a little shorter. What's really cool about Vermont is like a lot of the brewers know one another. You know, people that have been brewing here, a lot of them have bounced from brewery to brewery or started their own breweries. And when I did my apprenticeship at the American Brewers Guild, it involves I think it was 4 or 6 weeks apprenticeship at a brewery, and it could be anywhere, but since I was living in Vermont, I did mine at the Vermont Pub and Brewery in Burlington. It's a brew pub that Greg Noonan started probably close to 25 years ago now, almost 30 years ago. Greg was the brewer that taught John how to brew, so working there got me connected with Steve, who is now the owner of the brewery, and I just shot out my application here, knowing that they were going to expand in the coming years. And you know, it was really cool because even though they didn't have something for me then, they got right back to me and said they'd keep me in mind when they were opening the new brewery, which was a couple of years out. So from there, I was able to just really kind of focus on learning as much as I could at 14 Star, and when I got the opportunity to come here, it was a great transition. I like the idea of it really being a nice mix of science and the chemistry and the biochemistry behind making beer, the process, but then also there's the artistry to it. It's really amazing getting to work not only with John, but a lot of the other brewers that have been here for years and years, and coming with all of their background and experience in different ways, and just seeing how everyone contributes as a whole to make a really unique and delicious product.